Now on CoastTV News.
Seeking rain remedy the early stages of a Rehoboth Beach plan to deal with storm water management.
It's a breezy and cold start to our Friday, feeling like 20s and 30s out the door. A windy end to the week, then a calmer and cool weekend with some sunshine. I'll have all the details coming up.
Play while advocating for green energy policies that have played a role in higher energy bills. Delaware Governor Matt Meyer is making demands to one of the region's largest utilities.
Charity Challenge. Halfway through the Do More 24 event, we look at the benefits nonprofit organizations have in our area.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is Friday, March 7th, 2025. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us for our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, we have reached the weekend, my friends. Good times, good times.
You going to sing your favorite song?
Maybe later.
So you'll have to stay
tuned. I mean, that's going to hold you.
That's true. Maybe. That's true. We all look forward to it. Well, I'm sure Bob's looking forward to the weekend. Bob, I think we're all looking forward to a nice weather weekend, hopefully.
I'm looking forward to Matt singing a little, maybe a Lover Boy. Everybody's working for the weekend. Yeah, so we'll see about that. But boy, talk about the wind. We had a lot of wind yesterday. My garbage cans just flopped right over last night. Strong winds. It's colder out there this morning too. 36 in Salisbury, 37 in Georgetown, Ocean City 38, 36 in Bethany Beach. And those winds are gusty, 18 miles per hour in Georgetown and Millsboro, gusting to 26 in Ocean City. We're gearing for another windy day out there. Feels like temperatures now in the 20s and 30s. Feels like 28 in Salisbury, 30 in Georgetown, 34 in Milton. We still have a wind advisory through midnight. This is for Sussex County and for the Eastern Shore as well. And gale warning, too, for Delaware Bay and the ocean as we're looking at winds over 40 miles per hour over the open waters. And we're looking at mainly clear skies right now as we're looking at the satellite picture. We're looking at clear skies, but we continue in that cold northwesterly flow. So it will be a chilly day and out the door chilly. We're looking at mid-30s around 6 o'clock by 9, 30s and 40s, but feeling cooler with that wind as it starts to pick up by noon into the upper 40s. And I think we do get into the 50s mid-afternoon, low 50s, maybe mid-50s well inland with 40s and 50s at the coast and a brisk evening on the way. So make sure you have your windbreaker with those winds gusting up to 35 miles per hour at times. It does calm down into the weekend and the weather all in all looks pretty good. I'll have more on your forecast coming up a little bit later on.
We look forward to that. Thank you, Bob. Our top story, Rehoboth Beach taking a big step toward better stormwater management. The city is working with the engineering firm AECOM to develop a stormwater utility implementation plan. This plan is expected to outline funding needs, a fee structure, and possible limiting the cost for property owners. We went to Rehoboth Beach to better understand what people there think about this. And here's what one man told us.
I would be up for the fee because, as long as they're not throwing the stormwater into the ocean because of, the way the streets look sometimes.
Yeah, this is in the early stages, and we're waiting to hear back about the next steps and when they will occur.
The SpaceX Starship exploded after liftoff in Texas on Thursday, causing flights to be grounded at multiple airports in Florida. The detonation sent chunks of debris raining down over the sea, creating an artificial meteor shower for people in the Bahamas and Florida's Space Coast. Earlier this week, we told you how a student at Frederick Douglass Elementary School in Seaford brought an unloaded gun to school. Well, now Seaford School District leaders are considering metal detectors. The superintendent says she doesn't want to install weapon detection equipment in an elementary school, but it's now on the table. The district already placed constables in all elementary schools last year.
There is a new focus on suicide prevention in Delaware. It's in the form of a bill that would create the Office of Suicide Prevention. This raises awareness to obtain money. Also, supporters say it's a much-needed step as suicide rates continue to rise across the U.S. Delaware is the only state without an Office of Suicide Prevention. If this passes, the office would be part of the state's Division of Substance Abuse and Mental Health. For now, that bill is in committee.
If you want to run for your local school board in Delaware, today is the deadline to file. Locals have until 4:30 p.m. In Kent County, seats are available in the Smyrna, Cesar Rodney, Capitol, Lake Forest, and Milford school districts. And in Sussex County, seats are available in the Cape Henlopen, Delmar, Indian River, Laurel, Seaford, and Woodbridge school districts.
Happening now, we are almost 12 hours into Do More 24. That's a 24-hour fundraising campaign for Delaware nonprofits. And right now you're looking at a live stream led by Spur Impact. That's a leadership development nonprofit. Its executive director says donations today are matched by larger donations and organizations. And in their case, it goes straight to helping young people in Delaware.
Our nonprofit is sort of in the business of helping develop the future leaders of the state, the future leaders of nonprofits, the future volunteers that are volunteering for these nonprofits and other community organizations up and down the state. So we do a lot of leadership and professional development training. We work with a lot of nonprofits on sort of their own fundraising strategies and development.
And Do More 24 runs until 6 p.m. And we do have a link of this right now on CoastTV.com.
This just in, if you pay Milford City bills online, that system is temporarily shutting down this afternoon, 4 o'clock to be specific. This will last until Monday morning, and Milford officials are saying this is for software maintenance.
In Delaware, the latest in the issue over high energy bills. Governor Matt Meyer is demanding Delmarva Power give customers an immediate reduction in rates. He's also pushing 3 bills in the Senate that supporters say will increase transparency about decisions and prevent utilities from using customer bill payments to do things like lobbying and making political contributions. For its part, Delmarva Power paid almost $13 million into the state's renewable energy portfolio last year. 3% of customers' bills deals with renewable energy compliance. Whatever is to blame, it's been a frustrating winter for customers we talked to.
I don't know what they can do. I mean, it costs a certain amount to produce it, and like maybe even if the company is making a lot of money.
On Thursday, Delaware Senate Republicans introduced a bill that removes the state from the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative. They claim the cost from the initiative's requirements force utility companies to pass those on to energy customers.
New this morning, there is a move to change the date of the primary elections in Delaware. According to House Bill 65, the 4th Tuesday in April would be the new date. This is the date of the presidential primary in those election years, and the dates for filing for candidacy would also be moved if this bill passes. Right now, lawmakers await a hearing for further action.
Now taking a live look at our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Just 2 days after the Trump tariffs went into effect against the nation's top trading partners, the president reversed course. He's holding off taxing some imports from Mexico and Canada for now. And after weeks of widespread firings at federal agencies, the president told his cabinet secretaries they're in charge of who stays and who goes.
And NBC's Alice Barr shows us what may have led to Trump taking those tariffs back.
President Trump walking back his 25% tariffs on more imports from Canada and Mexico for 1 month, just 2 days after putting the levies in place, adamant the reversal was not prompted by concerns over higher prices for U.S. consumers and stock market drops.
I'm not even looking at the market because long term, the United States will be very strong with what's happening here.
The temporary reprieve on everything from avocados to auto parts targets goods covered by the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement negotiated in the first Trump term. But about 60% of Canadian imports and half of those from Mexico are still subject to the 25% tariffs. And all bets are off 1 month from now when President Trump wants reciprocal tariffs on virtually every U.S. trading partner to begin.
We just weren't treated right. We were ripped off.
American businesses in limbo.
30 more days to worry about it.
As a February jobs report due out today offers the first full month of employment data under the new Trump presidency. That while President Trump is now proposing a more measured approach toward federal workforce firings.
I want the cabinet members to keep good people. I don't want to see a big cut where a lot of good people are cut.
The president posting praise for the Department of Government Efficiency while noting it's now up to cabinet secretaries to be very precise as to who will remain and who will go, using a scalpel instead of a hatchet.
If they can cut, it's better. And if they don't cut, then Elon will do the cutting.
Uncertainty from the workforce to the markets as President Trump presses ahead. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The House has voted to censor Representative Al Green from disrupting President Trump's Tuesday address to Congress. The Republican-controlled body voted 224 to 198, with 10 Democrats joining all Republicans in voting in favor of the censor resolution. Green voted present as Speaker Mike Johnson read the censor. Green was joined by members of the Congressional Black Caucus singing "We Shall Overcome." And we're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, pond problems, the options being considered in Lewis to stop damage.
Also, Save Yourself from Scams will tell you how you can learn to do just that from Delaware State Police today.
And Millsboro tree mayhem, we have more impact from Wednesday's weather. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, see how mobile homes can be transformed with custom upgrades. Plus, meet Mason, this week's Pet of the Week, a furry friend looking for a forever home. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blenders shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
Get the Coast TV First Alert weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
5:12 on this Friday morning. Lots of stars out there. Breezy and chilly, 35 in Milford. But we're feeling like 20s with the wind in some places right now. 34 in Redden, 36 Bethany Beach and Delmar. So we're above freezing, but those winds are gusty out of the northwest, 18 to even 26 miles per hour in Ocean City. So it feels like temperatures in the 20s and lower 30s. So make sure the kids are bundled up off to school. And when you see a little stop sign pop out on the bus, make sure you stop. Good visibility this morning. Dry roads, 36 off to school for the kiddos. Breezy and cold. Then heading home, still breezy to almost windy. Those winds over 30 miles per hour. A mix of sun and clouds and 49 degrees.
Thank you, Bob. And we had all those power situations on Wednesday due to high winds. We are now learning the cause of one of the outages in the Millsboro area. This tree crashing into some power lines, and this was on Route 24 near Williams Road. And according to the Indian River Volunteer Fire Company, Delmarva Power was also on the scene assisting to restore power. No injuries are being reported at this time.
New overnight, Millsboro is indicating it has a need to increase its police department. The town is accepting applications for the 2025 Fall Police Academy class. Physical and written tests will be held on Tuesday, March 25th at 9 a.m. and again Wednesday on April 16th with a 9 a.m. time. An application must be submitted prior to the test. And the department says the salary is over $59,000 plus a $5,000 sign-on bonus.
New this morning, DelDOT is asking for ideas for its capital transportation program. The agency says it is looking for anything from road repairs, improvements, or even new initiatives. DelDOT says it needs ideas by March 24th.
Yeah, this just in. DelDOT says the drawbridge on Front Street which runs over the Nanticoke River, will be closed for 10 weeks for repainting. DelDOT says the closure will be sometime between October 1st and April 30th.
President Donald Trump is considering extending the deadline for TikTok to be sold. The president said he would probably extend the timeline if a deal isn't reached by the initial deadline. In January, the president signed an executive order giving TikTok's Chinese parent company 75 days to find a new owner. He didn't say how long the extension would last, and he added that China will also play a role in that decision.
7-Eleven is splitting into two companies to avoid a takeover, according to an announcement from the Japanese-based owner. Its North American convenience stores will become a separate entity. The move aims to head off a $47 billion takeover by a Canadian firm, and the company said its U.S. stores will be better off with more independence.
Mega Millions tickets will more than double in cost next month. The lottery says the new price will be $5 per play. This is the second time ever the Mega Millions has upped the price, with the first in 2017. The lottery says it's overhauling game, including improving jackpot odds. It says it expects more billion-dollar wins in the future. And still ahead, save yourself from scams. We'll tell you when you can hear from the Delaware State Police on this topic, as scams have seemed to increase across Delmarva.
And a beautiful shot at the canal in Lewis on the Irish Ice Camp. 35 degrees. It's another breezy morning, and it will be a windy and chilly end to the week, and then calmer conditions for the weekend with some sunshine. That'll be nice. I'll have your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
Turn your dreams of a perfect kitchen into reality with That Cabinet Store, where a dedicated team of designers will bring your vision to life. Whether it's traditional or European, kitchen design is our specialty. And we can get your fully customized kitchen cabinets installed in as little as 4 weeks, semi-custom in 10 days. And if you're looking for new countertops, we offer quality in-house fabricated countertops. Dream today, designs for tomorrow at That Cabinet Store, located with Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury.
Middays with April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through my workday.
She plays my favorite songs.
She helped me find my furry friend.
She's always making me smile.
Listening to April is the best way to get through my workday.
She makes me feel special.
Middays with April, weekdays 10 to 3 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Dorchester County Office of Tourism.
For your home and your range, Bad Boy Mowers will tame any terrain.
Give me a home.
Designed with advanced engineering and fueled by power that's second to none.
And the skies are dark cloudy all day. Home on the range.
Bad Boy. Mow with an attitude.
Join America's favorite game.
You never know what's going to happen.
For the I can't believe it. And always for the unexpected.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
That's not it, but thank you.
Friday at 7 on CoastTV.
The excitement returns.
The Jeopardy Invitational Tournament.
Players from the past are back.
Fantastic game.
Only one will emerge champion.
Who knows what's next?
Friday at 7:30 on CoastTV.
You were driving a truck for your brother. This crazy trip, this was the first time ever.
The family business put her behind the wheel.
Your brother was not satisfied with the productivity.
You get paid for what you do. But his sister drives a hard bargain.
He owes me $1,100 based on the work I had done before.
The only reason why I offered to even give her anything is because she's my sister.
What we're going to do is we're going to make all this pleasant.
Next, Judge Judy.
Friday at 2 on CoastTV.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
We're approaching 5:19 on this Friday morning, and you are looking live at the clear skies over the southern part of Milford. And Bob, we are springing forward this weekend.
We are. How much longer do we have to keep doing this?
I say forever, Bob.
Forever's a long time. So, well, you know, I know there's a lot of people that say, don't move the clocks, leave them the same all year round, and maybe that'll happen eventually, but not this weekend. We're springing forward Sunday morning from 2 a.m. Yeah, look at the clock coming out of the wall there. Turn your clocks ahead 1 hour before you go to bed Saturday night or very early Sunday morning. Also a good idea to check the batteries in the CO detector and smoke detectors as well. So our new sunrise time will be 7:20 a.m. and the sun sets after 7 p.m. on Sunday evening, 7:01. That means it's staying light till after 7:30. So if you're a fan of, well, the lighter evenings, I think you're going to love the next several months as we will start to finally warm up. We do have a wind advisory until 4 p.m. for Sussex County, Georgetown, Millsboro, over to Laurel and Bridgeville. I think we're still looking at gusts over 30 miles per hour today. That's also the case for the Eastern Shore. And a gale warning, Delaware Bay, Atlantic Ocean, and inland bays too until 10 a.m. this morning. Then those winds start to calm down later this afternoon and this evening. But it's cold into the mid-30s, 35 Rehoboth, 37 in Georgetown. Delmarva right now at 36, and the winds are breezy around 7 to 14 miles per hour, but they're gusting up to 18 in Georgetown, 26 in Ocean City, and they're going to ramp up again today with gusts over 30 miles per hour, and feels like temperatures into the 20s and lower 30s, so make sure you bundle up out the door. As we're looking at clear skies, we're in a northwesterly flow with low pressure moving away to the north and east and high pressure building, and so right in between we have that strong northwest wind. There's another system across the central plains with rain and snow, but I think this will be dipping to the south and pretty much missing us as we go into the weekend, but I think we could see some clouds from that as we go into the weekend. Futurecast this morning is breezy and cold with temperatures in the 30s. By 8:30, we're looking at 30s, upper 30s. That's about it. It's going to be a cold morning, and then late morning into the mid-40s as those winds ramp up, and by 4 o'clock, I think we're in the low 50s away from the coast, but at the beaches, 40s and 50s. If you're out and about this Friday evening, clouds increase. Temperatures in the 40s, it'll be brisk. And then overnight, mainly cloudy skies. Could see a slight chance of a shower, but I don't think you need the rain gear. Then some clouds as we go into Saturday morning with temperatures in the 40s. Then the winds shift to the northwest behind that. Sunshine into Saturday afternoon with lower 50s, and then moving into your Sunday. Cold start there, temperatures in the low 30s. And then Sunday, I think a little warmer as the winds turn out of the west-southwest. We're looking at low to maybe mid-50s inland areas and 40s and 50s at the coast. So all in all, not a bad weekend as winds are gusty today, 25 to 30, maybe even 35 miles per hour at times, and still pretty breezy early this evening. And then they finally do start to quiet down a little bit, and then they start to shift to the southwest and then shift to the northwest again behind a system a week front as we go into Saturday, gusting 25 to 30 miles per hour. It's been a windy period for sure across Delmarva. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 53 today, and then 54 Saturday, more clouds than sun with the clocks going forward Sunday morning, 55 on Sunday. Then we get into sustained spring-like warmth next week, 61 on Monday, up to 70 by Wednesday, mostly cloudy, 67 by Thursday, looking pretty good. Congratulations to Doug Frisch from Rehoboth Beach on winning a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling and CoastTV.
Like what I'm seeing there. Thanks a lot, Bob. Happening today, there will be a consumer safety fraud meeting at Delaware State Police Troop 7 in Lewis. This will be at 9 a.m., so it's just a few hours from now. Organizers say the goal here is informing people how to avoid becoming a victim of scams and fraud. This does bring us to our CoastTV poll, and we want to know what type of scam do you receive the most. So let's take a look at the updated results.
So far, 53% of voters say text message, 36% say email, 9% say phone call, 2% social media. I'm going to agree with the 53%. I get those weird texts all the time.
Texts and calls are my two top ones.
Well, never answer and always delete them. That's what I do.
Maybe email too, but I just don't check my email because of all the spam scam or whatever.
That is true. Well, if you haven't voted yet, you can still do so on CoastTV.com or on our mobile app.
All right, after the break, pond problems. We have the process of repairing one environment after it has been affected by erosion.
From parades to powerful women, this weekend is going to be action-packed, so stay tuned for your cool things to do.
I'm very passionate in what I do. I care about what I do. I try to be perfect. I know it's not, you can't be perfect, especially with weather. You have the challenge of the ocean being so close, and that poses a challenge in the winter when we get snowstorms. What direction the wind's blowing, that's going to play a role in, who sees snow. do the best you can to keep the public in the safest position you possibly can.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We are Delmarva proud.
Now is the perfect time to feed suet to your birds to add fat so that it'll help them get through the cold winter nights. My Backyard carries all the products you need to keep your feathered friends healthy and safe. We also have a huge selection of quality hand-picked birdhouses, baths, seeds, unique gifts and decor for expert and novice bird lovers alike. So come on in, I'd love to answer your questions so that you can have the best birding experience ever. See you at My Backyard in Ocean Pines, where it's all about the birds and more.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays, anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype, from playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases. We highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go, with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then, up to 150 pounds of torque knock out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news: Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-519-7208. That's 1-800-519-7208, or visit byreddog.com. Call 1-800-519-7208 now.
One pond in coastal Sussex County is facing some erosion problems, so city leaders are testing the waters and how to fix it. Here's a look at the Blockhouse Pond in Lewis. You can see some of the edges have gotten steep and jagged, and city officials say they have 3 ideas on how to fix it right now, including building a wall along the edge, placing riprap and stones along the shore, or building a living wall, a natural layer that would protect the shoreline. Lewis's assistant city manager says they've been watching the erosion for several months now.
I do recommend that we do the project all at once and not in stages, because if we repair one section, the wave action will just go to where it's open and it will continue to erode.
Lewis's City Council will discuss those options at their meeting this coming Monday, and if a decision is made, city leaders say a new study will be needed before any design is implemented. And this week, the wind on the coast has not been very kind to us. And if it's bad inland, Matt, I can't imagine what it's like at the beach.
Yeah, you got those breezy conditions.
Yeah.
It seems like we've been talking about this several days in a row now, Bob. But I would imagine if you're trying to take that walk on the beach, it does make for a cooler situation.
Good luck is right. Yeah, I mean, those winds have been relentless. And it's another gusty day out there as we're looking at a gale warning until this morning at 10 o'clock, Delaware Bay, Atlantic Ocean, and the inland bays as well. Gusts over 35 at the beaches. We're going to see sunshine for Fenwick Island and Ocean City. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, waves around 2 to 5 feet. Lots of whitecaps heading up to Cape May on the ferry with the windy conditions. Then into Rehoboth, we're looking at 40s to right around 50 degrees. And on the bay side, Chesapeake Bay, 1 to 2 foot waves. And you're warming to close to 50 this afternoon, and similar conditions in Crisfield. I think the farther inland you go, the warmer it will be. The weekend is looking calmer, but still on the cool side. More on that forecast coming up in the next half hour.
All right, parades, tributes, and more. Christina DiRobertis has your cool things to do.
Don't forget, this weekend is daylight saving time, so yes, we are going to lose an hour of sleep, but that means later sunsets and one step closer to spring and summer. Plus, there's plenty happening this weekend, so let's start in Milton.
On Sunday, lace up your sneakers for the 12th annual Lucky Leprechaun 5K. It starts at 11 a.m. and then keep the St. Patrick's Day spirit going with the annual Milton St. Patrick's Day Parade. That starts at 2 p.m. Also in Milton, Twin Branch Winery is back after after an unexpected 15-month closure. They're reopening Friday, just in time for a weekend toast. In Ocean City, it's lights, camera, action at the 9th Annual Ocean City Film Festival. It's hosted by the Art League of Ocean City, and the festival highlights filmmakers of all backgrounds. Flagship Cinemas in West Ocean City is one of the main screening spots. Saturday is International Women's Day, and the Milford Museum is honoring Women's History Month with a program on the secret Rosies of World War II. It starts at 1 p.m. at the Milford Public Library, and of course we all know Rosie the Riveter as the women who worked in manufacturing during the war. This program will highlight the women who worked in intelligence and code breaking. Monday is Harriet Tubman Day. You can celebrate at the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad State Park. That's in Dorchester County on Saturday. It's an all-day event offering a deep dive into her incredible legacy. And if you're looking for ways to stay active and healthy, the Health, Fitness, and Leisure Expo is happening Saturday at Cape Henlopen High School.
And for all the details, just head over to CoastTV.com and click on Cool Things to Do.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
Dandelions, a bright yellow warning that now is the time for prevention because crabgrass and clover aren't far behind. Hillside Lawn Service has been making lawns around the Chesapeake healthier and weed-free for nearly 30 years. From soil to trees, grass and weeds, Hillside's certified agronomists test your soil, apply exactly what it needs and nothing it doesn't. Their high-efficiency formulas help protect our waterways. Switch to Hillside now and get $25 off their annual maintenance program. Call Hillside Lawn Service for your free assessment.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
Born in the stars, formed in the earth, shaped by designers around the world, and curated by Kalsa Jewelers in Lewis. Paul Chen, also known as Sundar Kalsa, is a meditation and yoga master as well as the owner of Kalsa Jewelers.
At Kalsa Jewelers, we offer signature pieces to celebrate love and those special moments in our life. Peace to all, light to all, love to all. Celebrate with us at historic Lewis and Rehoboth Beach.
Victory isn't just the finish line, it's the fire that drives us. Seizing opportunities, rising to challenges, and never backing down. At the Delmarva Sports Network, we celebrate the wins, big and small. We honor the hustle, the heart, and the heroes. Because DSN is where local teams become legends. It's where champions shine, and every victory inspires the next. Delmarva Sports Network, local teams, big dreams. Now on CoastTV News.
Setting stormwater strategy, the plans being reviewed in Rehoboth Beach and the potential impact to property owners.
It's a breezy and cold start to our Friday, feeling like 20s and 30s out the door. A windy end to the week and then a calmer and cool weekend with some sunshine. I'll have all the details coming up.
Education money, we have the Delaware bill that mandates a student program and how it will be paid for.
Fundraising frenzy, the benefits of the charity event Do More 24 as time is ticking towards its end.
This is CoastTV News Today.
March 7th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, the time is 5:33. You know what I'm hearing, Elisa?
What?
I'm hearing complaints about changing the clocks. I prefer the sun being up longer into the early evening hours. But that's how I roll.
Well, I never changed my clock after the last time, so I don't have to change my clock.
So you're like in Chicago time in your kitchen.
Yeah, so Sunday I can finally actually trust my clock that it is the right time, but I use my phone, so it's, who needs an alarm clock when you have your phone? But Bob, I'm sure you're excited for the sun to be out a little bit later in the day.
Well, in a way, we have to go to bed early with our shifts, so those blackout blinds really come in handy this time of year. But it'll be noticeably lighter later on Sunday. It's a cold start to our Friday. We've got mid-30s out the door right now, 37 in Red and 38 in Ocean City. Seaford, you're waking up to 36, and we've got that breeze, that persistent breeze, around 10 to 15, 18 miles per hour right now, and gusting over 20 miles per hour. So it feels like 30 in Georgetown. You definitely want to bundle up this morning. 28 in Salisbury, feels like 36 in Ocean Pines. And we do have starry skies out there right now, and that trend will continue. Maybe a few clouds off to the south, but we have this northwesterly flow, low pressure to the north and east and high pressure to the south and west, and that pressure gradient will keep it breezy throughout the day as temperatures slowly rise into the 30s and then mid-40s late morning. By mid-afternoon, I think we're into the lower 50s, inland areas, 40s and 50s at the coast, but feeling colder with that wind, and it's going to be a cold ferry ride up to Cape May. Sustained winds up to 20 miles per hour out of the west and gusting up to 35 miles per hour. So lots of white caps. We have a gale warning this morning, so bundle up with temperatures slowly warming through the 40s.
Thank you, Bob. In our top story this half hour, Rehoboth Beach is taking a major step towards better stormwater management. The city is working with engineering firm AECom to develop a stormwater utility implementation plan aiming to fund critical improvements. The city is working with the engineering firm, and they're aiming to fund critical improvements. This follows years of planning, and the plan will outline funding needs, a fee structure, and possible cost mitigation for property owners.
Earlier this week, we told you about how a student at a Frederick Douglass Elementary School in Seaford brought an unloaded gun to school, and now Seaford School District leaders are considering metal detectors. It was an unloaded gun that made its way inside the school. School officials say they don't want to install a weapons detection equipment in any elementary school, but now that is on the table. The district already placed constables in all elementary schools last year. New overnight, more Delaware taxpayer money could be used to pay for the education of migrant students. House Bill 44 was introduced yesterday. It requires the state government to have a migrant education program. Rehoboth Beach area Democrat Claire Snyder Hall is a co-sponsor. We've been reading this bill, and it says if federal funds are not available, the Delaware Department of Education must transfer money from a supplemental fund for this effort. This bill has been assigned to the House Administration Committee.
Happening today, Lewis Mayor Andrew Williams and City Council will continue their work on finalizing the fiscal year 2026 budget. Draft versions we have seen show a $4 million increase over last year's approved budget. And the new fiscal year in Lewis begins April 1st, giving the city just over 3 weeks to have a new budget in place.
This just in, if you pay your Milford city bills online, that system is temporarily shutting down this afternoon. It'll be about 4 o'clock that this will happen, and that will last until Monday morning. Milford officials are saying this is for software maintenance.
And this just in, we are almost 12 hours into Do More 24. That's a 24-hour fundraising campaign for Delaware nonprofits. Right now, you are looking at a live stream led by Spur Impact, a leadership development nonprofit. The executive director says there's a reason why everyone is giving today.
Is we have a lot of sponsors, a lot of foundations, a lot of corporate partners who are all sort of amplifying these donations in different ways. So every donation that comes in, whether it's the food bank or, animal shelter or the Spur Impact or United Way or any of these others that are participating, they'll increase it, through a stretch pool or a prize. So everybody gets a little more.
Do More 24 goes until 6 p.m. and we have a link on CoastTV.com.
Happening today, Twin Branch Winery, Take Two. The Milton Vineyard is set to reopen. This is after a back and forth with the Sussex County government over zoning issues. A big sticking point was the permits to allow for the tasting room on the winery's land. After that was resolved, the state fire marshal's office found that the business needed a new sprinkler system. According to Twin Branch, today is a soft opening, and they're promising to feature some new wines.
We are now taking a live look at our nation's capital. At new this morning, President Trump is delaying 25% duties on many imports from Canada and Mexico. 25% tariffs on many Canadian and Mexican imports are now scheduled to take effect on April 2nd. That's when the Trump administration says potentially wider-reaching reciprocal duties are set to start. American companies might feel more pain if they have to shell out for new tariffs starting next month. Stock market investors seem nervous about that possibility.
I'm not even looking at the market because long term, the United States will be very strong.
Trump promises tariffs will benefit the U.S. in the end, and economists say they can be a boost for certain domestic industries or workers.
Job market experienced a big spike in layoffs last month. The U.S. employers plan to eliminate more than 172,000 positions in February. And according to a recent report, most of the job cuts came from the government bureaucracy, led by layoffs from the Trump administration. Other areas with high layoffs include retail, technology, and consumer products. And we still have a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up next, buying baby chicks will tell you how the animals are becoming a hot commodity in Maryland amid egg price problems.
Also moving on, in Maryland postseason, the Bayside Conference teams that punched their tickets to the Final Four.
And Dune Grass Gathering will tell you how you can participate in protecting Delaware's dunes in Fenwick Island. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, see how mobile homes can be transformed with custom upgrades. Plus, meet Mason, this week's Pet of the Week, a furry friend looking for a forever home. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
Join America's favorite game.
You never know what's going to happen.
For the I can't believe it. And always for the unexpected.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
That's not it, but thank you.
Friday at 7 on Coast TV.
The excitement returns.
The Jeopardy Invitational Tournament.
Players from the past are back.
Fantastic game.
Only one will emerge champion.
Who knows what's next?
Friday at 7:30 on Coast TV.
Just about 5:42 on this Friday morning. Spicer Brothers Camp showing lots of blue skies in Salisbury. 36, good visibility. It's just breezy, and it will become windy today. 35 in Rehoboth, 37 in Georgetown. And right now in Delmarva, you're at 36 as we're seeing those winds gusting up to 18 in Georgetown, 26 in Ocean City, and they'll continue to ramp up as we go through the day. And feels like temperatures right now in the 20s and 30s. As we are looking at mainly clear skies, just a few clouds back to the west right now, but our flow remains out of the northwest, and that will be a cool flow for today. I gave it the yellow light to and from work today. Breezy and cold this morning, and hang on to that steering wheel and your hat this afternoon and evening. Windy with those gusts over 35 miles per hour at times. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone. It's sponsored by Brockstead Mandalis Federico.
Thank you, Bob. And this just in, we are learning about some of the family events planned on the beach for the summer in Fenwick Island. According to the town's beach committee, there are 3 movies planned, starting on June 20th with Monsters, Inc., July 18th, Moana 2, and on August 15th, it's Up, and there is also a bonfire planned for July 5th.
New overnight, Fenwick Island looking for assisting with its 35th annual dune grass planting. According to town officials, on March 15th, this will run from 9 a.m. to noon. They say the goal here is the project is to plant in bare areas in order to keep building and protecting the dunes.
Also new in Fenwick Island, the town is announcing its Earth Day cleanup plans. The town says on April 26th, locals can help clean up areas like the Oki Nature Preserve, which you can see on your screen right now. Efforts begin at 8:30, and locals can head to the town hall to pick up supplies before getting started.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Yes, good morning, sports fans. Let's highlight some regional champs that were crowned last night. We're going to start right here in Salisbury. Parkside is headed to its first 2A state quarterfinal in 3 years. The Lady Rams topped Kent Island 48-36 behind Ronnie White's 22 points. Abby Staten and the Lady Bucks got off to a strong start, but Warren White's final season endures for at least one more game. Kent Island's season comes to a close at 18-4, while the Lady Rams move to 20-3 ahead of the state quarters. Over in Stevensville, this one belongs to the Bucks. Kent Island has won the 2A East region for the first time ever in boys basketball. KI top Parkside 66-60. The Bucks are moving on to the quarters. And in the 1A East region final, Colonel Richardson punches its ticket to the state quarters with a huge win over Bohemia Manor. Jazir Dickerson paved the way with 43 points, while Teron Hammond finished with 16 of his own. You can find highlights from the rest of last night's action on our Delmarva Sports Network website. Tonight, our focus turns to the Bob. Number 1 Dover takes on St. George's with a spot in the state title on the line. The defending champs just beat Sally's in the state quarters to get here. Meanwhile, the Hawks bounced Smyrna from the playoffs to crack the Final Four. We'll have highlights from that one tonight on the Final Score at 10:30. That's it for sports. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.
Coming up tonight on DSN, 6:30, it is Stellar Fight 61, and at 10:30, catch a recap of all of tonight's sports action on the Final Score.
If you're having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday. And today in entertainment news, an award for a Rolling Stone and a snake for Dave Bautista. David Daniel explains in our Hollywood Minute.
I'd like to say thank you to you all, and thank you to the state of Connecticut.
Legendary rocker and longtime Connecticut resident Keith Richards was honored by the state this week. Governor Ned Lamont gave the Rolling Stones guitarist the inaugural Connecticut Governor's Award for Excellence for his contributions to the state's cultural and civic life. Richards also received the Key to the State, which would give anyone satisfaction.
Friends of yours?
Yeah, I don't have many friends.
Me neither.
In The Lost Lands, writer-director Paul W.S. Anderson did give voice a two-headed snake, which delighted actor Dave Bautista.
I'm sorry, I'm dancing around this question because I don't want to give anything away, but we really wanted to kind of overstate my relationship and my bond with this snake, and it was very important to Paul. And I just loved it because I loved that Boyce's best friend in the world would be a two-headed snake.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
We're seeing brightening skies, blue skies on the Tidal Health Cam in Salisbury. It's breezy and chilly. In fact, cold this morning, and it's a chilly end to the week. And then calmer conditions for the weekend with sunshine and cooler weather, and then a nice warm up into next week. I'll have your forecast details in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Coast TV News can be heard on 93.5 The Beach.
I found some rare whiskey.
$6,000. Let's sell some hooch. Okay, just follow my lead. As I live and breathe.
Peanut butter and pork rinds.
Is that how I sound to you?
Happy's Place, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Can I get a breakfast sandwich?
Miss Mukes is ordering a breakfast sandwich at 2 p.m.
Hey, Lady Gaga.
Hi.
She says this is her process.
The question is why?
Fun.
Come home to Crawl Street Tavern, where everyone's a local. Home to the Crawl Daddy Light Craft Beer. Start your day off right with breakfast classics. Indulge in your favorite pub grub. Amazing wings and killer crab cakes. Live music every weekend. Located on Waikamago Street. Just steps away from the Ocean City Boardwalk.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
You were driving a truck for your brother.
This crazy trip, this was the first time ever.
The family business put her behind the wheel.
Your brother was not satisfied with the productivity.
You get paid for what you do. But his sister drives a hard bargain.
He owes me $1,100 based on the work I had done before.
The only reason why I offered to even give her anything is because she's my sister.
What we're going to do is we're going to make all this pleasant.
Next, Judge Judy.
Friday at 2 on CoastTV.
The time is now 5:49. We are taking a live look outside at Salisbury University this morning. And Bob, I think we're all hoping for less wind this weekend. I know next week looks pretty warm, but this weekend, let's just get out of this colder weather.
Yeah.
You know,
let's just calm these
do
winds
that.
down.
Yeah, come on.
They will. They will. I think after sunset this evening, you'll notice a definite drop off in those winds, Elisa. But boy, until then, we're going to go from breezy to windy again today. Gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour. Those top gusts, especially in those exposed areas. So make sure you hang on to the steering wheel. You're going to get buffeted around. Weekend, we'll see clouds and sun. More clouds on Saturday, I think, and temperatures into the 50s. And we do have a wind advisory for all of Delaware, essentially. Lewis down to Bayville, Gumboro to Bridgeville, Andrewsville. Everybody's seeing gusty winds. This wind advisory goes until 4 p.m. And then for the eastern shore, Caroline, Kent, Queen Anne's, and Talbot County, you're looking at gusty winds there, and a gale warning until 10 o'clock this morning for Delaware Bay, the Atlantic Ocean, and the inland bays, too. We're going to see lots of whitecaps out there. 37 in Georgetown, 36 in Milton, 38 in Ocean City, 35 in Rehoboth. As we're looking at winds around 5 to 15 miles per hour, even 18 in Georgetown. And we've been seeing gusts at 26 in Ocean City, 23 at Indian River Inlet. So it will be a breezy to windy day for the region, and feels like temperatures into the 20s and lower 30s. So bundle up the kids on the way to school and yourselves as well on the way to work and school, as we're looking at mainly clear skies, just a few clouds floating in from the west. We continue in this northwest flow with low pressure moving away to the north and east and high pressure to the west. We've got a tight pressure gradient in between. That's why we have the wind. There is a system across the plains with rain and snow, but this will be diving to the south this upcoming weekend. We'll see some clouds from it, but nothing in the way of precipitation. Futurecast this morning is cold with temperatures in the 30s and then 40s later this morning, around 45 in Millsboro at 11, 46 in Salisbury. But you see those arrows starting to turn green and yellow, and that's indicating those strong winds. We'll be in the low 50s this afternoon, and then some cloud cover as we go into the evening hours with temperatures into the 40s, and then mainly cloudy through the overnight with temperatures in the 40s. Can't rule out a sprinkle or two, but nothing in the way of steady rain as we go into your Saturday morning. At that time, we're looking at temperatures in the 30s and 40s. Some cloud cover early on, then I think more in the way of sunshine afternoon. Around 53 in Selbyville, not bad. 51 in Seaford. It will be breezy again, in 40s and 50s from Dewey Beach to Fenwick Island. Saturday evening will be brisk and cold, and then Sunday morning, we're starting out in the low 30s, and then by the afternoon, I think those winds turn more to the south and west. So low to maybe mid 50s away from the coast and 40s and 50s at the beaches. As the winds once again persistent today, 25 to 30, maybe 35 miles per hour, possibly 40 in those exposed areas. They will back off a little bit this evening, but still a little bit on the breezy side through the overnight hours. And then it's a Saturday, wind shifting to the northwest, and those winds gusting maybe up to 30 miles per hour again in the afternoon. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Temperatures pretty much average as we go Friday into the weekend with 50s. Clocks go ahead 1 hour Sunday morning, and then milder next week. 61 Monday, 65 Tuesday, and beautiful by Wednesday, mostly sunny and 70 degrees.
Thanks, Bob. Baby chickens have become a big commodity on Maryland's eastern shore, with egg prices continuing to be high. Backyard flocks are becoming more popular, and it's made the mill, that's a livestock supply store in Salisbury, become a much busier place. A lot of people are trying to buy chicks. The store manager says people lined up outside the gates before the store opened, only to be told the store's first shipment of the month wasn't there yet. And then around 1:30 Thursday afternoon, the chicks arrived, and by 4 o'clock, they had all sold out.
It's actually, it's exciting, but it's a little disappointing when you can't give them the product they want. So, and then they're disappointed. So, but they're coming back.
And White says the store usually sells chicks throughout the spring and summer, but this year chicks are only available in March.
A beautiful start to our Friday. Lots of blue skies in Lewis right now, 35 degrees. Another windy and chilly day to end the week. And then calmer conditions for the weekend with sunshine and then a bigger warm up, more sustained spring-like warmth next week. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Born in the stars, formed in the earth, shaped by designers around the world, and curated by Khalsa Jewelers in Lewis. Paul Chen, also known as Sundar Khalsa, is a meditation and yoga master as well as the owner of Khalsa Jewelers.
At Khalsa Jewelers, we offer signature pieces to celebrate love in those special moments in our life. Peace to all, light to all, love to all. Celebrate with us at historic Lewis and Rehoboth Beach.
Your dream home isn't just built, it's crafted. And at Bay to Beach Builders, every detail matters. Bay to Beach Builders is honored to be recognized by the National Association of Home Builders Best in American Living. With our state-of-the-art design studio, you create an experience tailored to your lifestyle. From Amish craftsmanship to innovative design, we bring passion and precision to every home. Let's build something extraordinary together. Bay to Beach Builders. Imagine your home. Create your space. Live your life.
The 9th Annual Ocean City Film Festival is March 6th through the 9th. Enjoy 100 independent films and party with the stars. Help us welcome 2 local award-winning filmmakers, John Chester and Erica Messer. They'll be on stage at the OC Performing Arts Center commentating on their film, The Biggest Little Farm. Tickets start at just $20. Make it a weekend and stay at the beach starting at only $59 per night. Get your passes at OCMDFilmFestival.com.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to VacuTrim.com.
Victory isn't just the finish line, it's the fire that drives us. Seizing opportunities, rising to challenges, and never backing down. At the Delmarva Sports Network, we celebrate the wins, big and small. We honor the hustle, the heart, and the heroes. Because DSN is where local teams become legends. It's where champions shine, and every victory inspires the next. Delmarva Sports Network, local teams, big dreams.
Pope Francis remains stable and continues with his physical therapy at the hospital. And for so many praying for the pontiff's recovery, there was a special treat from Pope Francis himself on Thursday. This is the message he sent out thanking people for all the well wishes. The 88-year-old did not lead Ash Wednesday service as he has been battling respiratory issues.
A Harvard study finds swapping your daily butter intake for certain plant-based oils may help reduce your risk of earlier death. The study analyzed 33 years of data of dietary information for more than 221,000 participants in the nurses' health studies and a follow-up study. It found higher butter consumption was associated with a 15% higher risk of mortality, and a higher intake of plant-based oils was linked to a 16% reduction in total mortality.
The time is now 5:57, and we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day comes to us from the Brandywine Valley SPCA. On your screen, that is Orm. Gentle. I'm going to go also cute. Look at Orm.
So
there.
cute. Look at that
He
face.
can be a little shy at first, but once he opens up, he lets his light shine and makes everyone smile. And if you want to adopt Orm or any other lovable pet, you can visit the Brandywine Valley SPCA.
And of course, we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
And that is where the QR code is. If you scan that at the top, you can get your furry friends and other friends to us here at Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
And it is 5:57, so we're going to take another quick look at our weekend forecast.
Yeah, we got another breezy day in store, Bob.
Yeah, boy, we're stringing them together, aren't we? We go from breezy to windy today, guys, and those feels-like temperatures this morning down into the 20s and low 30s. Actual temperatures warming through the 30s and 40s, and then eventually low 50s later this afternoon. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, 53 today. We're into the low to mid 50s over the weekend. More clouds Saturday, more more sun Sunday as the clocks go ahead 1 hour Sunday morning, and then warming up next week, starting out in the low 60s Monday up to 70 by Wednesday, and pretty decent temperatures through the end of the week. Looks like our next rain chance could come next Sunday.
All right, thank you, Bob. Coming up in our next hour, rainstorm reform. What is being reviewed in Rehoboth Beach when it comes to managing storm water runoff? That and more when we continue with Coast TV News Today.